Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Junhan. Now today I'll be filming a car that is very special and also very expensive. In fact, this is actually the most expensive car that I've ever filmed, and yes, that is the Rolls Royce Cullinan. Now as usual, I'm going to bring you through around the exterior, the interior, and show you what this car has to offer, and also to show you why this car actually costs 3 million ringgit. Yes, you heard that right, 3 million ringgit. And of course, this video wouldn't be possible without Gold Car Imports, which I'm currently at right now. So they recently brought this car here all the way from UK and it's actually sold even though it costs 3 million ringgit. So yes, do follow their Facebook page, Gold Car Imports. I'll leave the links down below for more updates on the latest arrivals of other interesting cars. So here you have it guys, the Rolls Royce Cullinan. So this is Rolls Royce take on going into the SUV market, because nowadays there are a lot of cars, all the supercar manufacturers like Lamborghini all going for SUV, because now SUV the demand is very high. So let's say from the Lamborghini you have the Urus, from Porsche you have the Cayenne, from the Aston Martin you got DBX, and for Rolls Royce you got this, and then also the huge competitor would be the Bentayga. So yeah, this is the Rolls Royce take of going for the SUV market. And they don't even call it the SUV, they call it the XUV because it sounds more luxurious. So yeah. So this car, the Rolls Royce Cullinan. So if you're not familiar with the name Cullinan, so Cullinan actually comes from a diamond, and it's not just any diamond, it's in fact the largest diamond in the world. So imagine those wedding rings you have, is 1 carat costs about like 30,000 ringgit, right? The Cullinan diamond consists of 3,100 carats. So you can imagine, you can translate how much that costs. So it's very fitting to fit that name into this car, because look at how majestic this car sits right now. In the Rolls Royce lineup, you have like the Phantom, and then you have the Ghost, you have the Wraith, you have the Dawn, and then now you have this. So this car actually sits between the Phantom and the Ghost. And this car, the chassis is actually based on the Phantom. Now the Phantom is literally the highest end of the spectrum in terms of the Rolls Royce model, and that car, to give you a perspective, that car actually costs 6 million ringgit. So for this to build on that platform, so yeah, the car is very valuable as well. Okay, let me just spit out all the technical information of this car first before we go to the exterior and interior, because that's the most interesting thing about this car. So yeah, this car is powered by 6.75 litre twin turbocharged V12. That is huge, which produces 563 horsepower and 850 Newton meters of torque. So this car, top speed 250 kilometers per hour, and it goes from 0 to 100 in 5.1 seconds. Now that may not seem a lot, but this is an SUV and this car weighs over 2 tons. So for them to be able to achieve that figure is definitely something very cool. And if you're wondering how much the road tax of this costs, so this one is 6.75 litre, right? So you expect a lot, and yes, this car, the road tax is about 20,000 a year. That can get you like a entry-level Axia a year. So yeah, that shows how expensive it is. But of course, if someone that can able to own this car, 20,000 is nothing for them at all. Okay, now onto the styling of this car. If you notice, I actually turned on the lights because it's getting pretty dark, and this car needs a lot of light to show you all the beautiful sculpture of this car. And it's actually raining pretty heavily outside, so I'm sorry if the background noise is very noisy. So up front, you can see this car is still distinctively Rolls Royce, even though it's an SUV, because of this part right here. This area right here, you can see it actually is higher than the sides. So the here is actually flat and goes all the way towards the back. So this part here comes out, and then look at the middle right here. This, I have to show you this. So this houses the Spirit of Ecstasy. So if I were to unlock the car, let me just show you and see what pops out. So here you have it. This is the Spirit of Ecstasy. It just looks so nice. Just look at the sculpture of it. So this is basically a lady leaning forward with her arms putting at the back, and then you can see there's a cloth running across the arms, which looks like wings. So yeah, it's very nice. And then you come down here, you can see this hand polished grille, which looks absolutely huge. So this is synonymous with Rolls Royce. And then these are the headlights. So if you look closely, you can see the RR logo right there. Oops, my reflection. So yeah, the attention to detail of this car is a lot. And wait until you go to the interior, that's when I show you the beauty of this car. Let's head towards the side. Look at the wheels, man. This wheels is 22 inch, so this is the highest spec rims for the car. So if you look at it, it's also hand polished just like the grille up front. So if you look closely, it's actually shiny. And then one very cool feature about the Rolls Royce is the center cap logo, it always stays upright because there's basically a weight there. So usually for normal cars, when the car spins, what happens is the logo will spin as well. For Rolls Royce, no. They want you to know that it's a Rolls Royce, even though when you're driving hard. So when you're driving, the wheel spinning, this thing stays stationary. Very cool. And the wheels is absolutely huge. I'm not sure if the picture can do it justice, but in real life, it looks huge. And one very cool thing about this one is, because this car, it wants you to be very, very comfortable, so you want you to be separated from the outside noise. So this car actually has 100 kg worth of sound deadening. So for example, one of it will be the tires. So this tire actually, inside of this tire, it actually has a layer of foam which actually reduces the sound noise. So because when your car spinning, there's actually rolling resistance, so that creates a lot of road noise. So basically they have that, and that cancels out all the noise. That's a very cool thing. And this car also have a self-leveling air suspension. So basically what this does is, when a car travels through a pothole, right? So on top there's actually two cameras which actually scans the road ahead. So let's say if in front there's a pothole, what happens is it actually presets, so the suspension becomes soft. So when you go through that pothole, you won't feel anything. And when there's no pothole already, then the car becomes stiffer, so to give you more stability when you're traveling at high speed. And one very cool thing about this car also, because this car has a self-adjusting air suspension, what happens is when you go through a bumpy surface, what happens is actually only the wheels move. The whole car will still maintain the same when you travel. So yeah, that gives you a very nice magic carpet ride. That's what Rolls Royce call it. And it's so smooth that actually some people sitting in get nausea, because it's like sitting in a boat, because you feel like you're floating. So yeah, that is a next level thing only Rolls Royce can do. Let's continue in front. So here you have the Rolls Royce. Again, nothing here is plastic. Everything here is silver. So it's milled silver, the Rolls Royce logo. The feeling when you touch it is also very nice, not kidding. And then you see this line right here, which run across all the way to the back. You may think it's just a vinyl or just a sticker, but no. One interesting fact about all Rolls Royce is they have this hand-painted stripe. So this stripe is actually hand-painted, and it's the last thing that Rolls Royce in the production line they do after the car is complete. So basically what they do is, when a car is fully complete, and then they go to another place, and then there's only one guy in existence that does this job, the painting one. So can you imagine that the person hand-painted this? Imagine that he messed up one part, then the whole car will be wasted. So the guy has a lot of stress, but it's very cool to have it. So yeah, it's not just any pinstripe. It's a hand-painted with precision and yes, determination. So yeah, that's a very cool thing. And then before we go into the interior, I just want to show you the doors, because the doors is a very interesting point as well. So if I have to open this, you can see this door is actually absolutely huge. And then you see down here, they call it the clamshell effect. Basically this one wraps around down, so it actually covers all the way until the bottom, because some car, they don't cover everything, so all the dirt will go into that. So yeah, the rich people, they don't want any dirt there. So basically this actually wraps around and covers all the way to the base. And then to close this, you just have to give it a swipe here, and it closes automatically. Yes, that's how a Rolls Royce should do. Same for the back as well. So this one is hinged rearwards. So if I were to open it, so these are suicide doors, but now they don't call it the suicide doors anymore. They call it the coach door because it sounds more luxurious. And again, if you do this, it actually closes automatically as well. And then you have a soft close as well. So very, very cool feature. Now another interesting thing about this car is, first let me open the door. Okay. And then you see everything is just pretty normal, right? And then you see this thing here sticking out. Yes, that is a Rolls Royce umbrella. So if you were to press this button right here, it pops out, you pull it out, and it reveals an umbrella. Because this car, usually you would have a driver, and usually people who buy this car, they won't drive it. Instead, they will chauffeur. So what happens is, that's why they have this coach door. Now the reason why I'm having this coach door is because, let's say if this is closed. Okay, let me close it. Okay, then the chauffeur will come forward. They'll just open this like that, and then they take the umbrella out and then put like that. And then after that, whoever's inside the VVIP can just come out without getting wet when it's raining. So it's very convenient for them instead of opening this way. So yeah, that's a very cool thing. Okay, now let's close it back. It's very, very fun to do it. You also have soft close. Listen to it. Yep. it closes. Okay, now let's head towards the back. I love the design of here, the sculpture. You see how it goes down like that, then it point like that. So yeah, it's very nice. Then you see the back, it's very clean, it's very subtle, nothing fancy, nothing all. And then you got this vertical tail lights, which also looks very nice up close. It's like a three-dimensional effect. So yeah, again, the Rolls Royce thing, attention to detail right there. You can see there's still the registration plate from the UK. Very cool. Just to show you the boot before we start with the interior. So I pop this up, automatically opens. So this is a split gate. Basically, you got this one here, got another one here. You press this, it opens the lower half, and then you can see it has the finest quality. Even the back, the boot feels very nice. The feeling of it. You got a parcel shelf right here. Okay, then now time to close it back. Press this, the bottom closes, top closes together. Just like that, with ease. And now let's talk about the interior. Let's go. This is where the fun begins. So you open up, you can see this car is actually finished in white with some blue accents, and also you got this chevron wood if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, Rolls Royce, everything is about the finest quality, the craftsmanship and everything. So let's start with the door cut itself. So you see right here, it's very nice. You look at here, you can see there's even a spirit of ecstasy embossed on the door cut. That's very nice. And then you got all the three colors here, the blue, the wood and the white. And then just look at everything. This one, there's no plastic, no nothing. Everything is finished in metal. So the sound of it is very cool. And this is not any audio system. This is bespoke for Rolls Royce. So only Rolls Royce, they do it in-house. So you just look at the design of it, how they do it. They milled out this metal piece. It looks very, very awesome. Just look at everything. It feels very, very high quality. And then you come towards inside. See, this part here is also hand polished cake plate. You got the Cullinan word right here. And also, you can see it's missing a carpet. Now this car actually has a lamb's wool carpet, which is very, very expensive, very nice. That's why it's not here, but I'll show you later. And then you look at everything here. It's just very, very nice. I'm not sure where to begin because everything here is just so nice. Okay, let's start with the seat. So it's white, and then you got this blue color pinstripe. You got the Rolls Royce embossed on it, and then you got all the creature comfort you can imagine. So you can all the sitting control. So everything again is finished in this metal here as well. Look at everything, so nice. Okay, now let's head inside. Take a step inside. Okay, so here you look in front. So now this you see, it looks analog, right? But it's actually digital. And usually for cars you would have the speedometer. And then here you have the rev counter, right? But because the Rolls Royce Cullinan and all is nothing to do with, they don't care about the RPM, especially for the Cullinan. So they actually change it to the power reserve percentage instead of the RPM. So you got the RPM, you got speedometer, the fuel, and everything right here. And then the steering wheel, it feels so different. It feels very nice, the leather. And then you got the wood, very nice. And then all this is metal. It's not like those chrome finish like this, they just plated it. This is actually metal. So yeah, it's very nice. So now let's start the car for the moment because it's very hot. Foot on the brake, start it up. Okay, and then now I'm going to close the door. Now usually we will close the door by pulling it like that, right? But for Rolls Royce style, you've got a button here which actually closes it. Now I want you to pay attention to the ambient noise because you see now it's very noisy, right? When I close it, you just listen to the sound. Just like that. And it becomes very, very silent. The reason for that is because if I were to wind down the window, if I were to press this, you can instantly hear the outside noise. Very noisy. And then when I close it, silent, tranquil. Now the reason for that is, remember I mentioned about the sound deadening, because if I were to open the window a bit and then I stop it right there, if you look at it, there's actually three pieces. So basically there's a glass, and then inside there's this sound deadening material. So yeah, that's the attention to detail Rolls Royce does. So basically when you close it, you are separated from the outside noise. Very cool. So yeah, the interior here, also everything is very, very high quality as you expect from Rolls Royce. Okay, so from the steering wheel, you can see there's got all the controls right here, and then this is the infotainment screen. So this part, wow, the wood is so nice. Okay, so let me show you how good the quality this car is. Okay, first, just take a listen to this. Yes, that's the sound of quality, man. Basically, this whole piece is actually one piece, single piece of metal. That's why you got this very nice sound. Yeah, those shows the quality. Even this one here, you got this knob. Basically, when you pull it out, more air can flow through. When you squeeze it in, it actually restricts the airflow. It's so nice, the feeling, everything you touch. Even this, you look at this. They want you to touch. They don't want to touch your metal. They even made this area here leather, so that when you touch, you got this very premium feel. Very nice. Okay, and then same for this as well. You can see this here is soft leather, and then here you got the aircon temperature. So basically, usually we got the aircon, we just turn, right? This one, it shows you in red whether how hot you want or how cool you want. So you just go like that. Yeah, so nice, the feeling. Everything is very tactile. Even though it's very modern, it still has a very classic feel to it, because everything here is still analog, where you can touch. It's very physical instead of all the touchscreen button. Yeah, so this car will age very well. So here you got all the controls, again in metal, and then this part here, so this way you can control. So you see, if I swipe like that, right, it also changes everything. See? And then this 8, the button number 8 is very cool. So you press this, you look in front, you see the hood ornament, you see the spear of ecstasy. When I press it, it closes. And I press again, pops back out. That's a very cool feature. Okay, and then you see here the center console. So this area here, you slide it back, it reveals 2 cup holder. Also very nice, beautifully finished. You got this metal surround. Okay, close it back, and then here again you got a spirit of ecstasy. So this basically controls the infotainment screen. And then here you got the hill descent control. And then because this is the first ever Rolls Royce to have an off-road mode, you never even thought that a Rolls Royce would go off-road, so this car is capable of it. So when you press it, basically what happens is the steering changes, engine changes, or the suspension changes to suit the off-road mode. And here, so here you can adjust the suspension, whether you want to go up, you want to go down. Here you got a 360 camera, so you press on it. Now let's go to my vehicle. So that's the most interesting part. So give it a press. So you got vehicle settings. So you got a lot of things you can configure. So yeah, let's expect from this car. Okay, and then you press back. You got the system settings. Yeah, there are actually a lot of things which I'm not going to talk about because there are way too many. So I just talk about the interesting one. So okay, the spirit of ecstasy, which is in front. So here also you can control. You need to raise, you need to lower. Yep, you can either do it from here or you can do it from the control right here. Okay, so I want it to be raised because of course, who doesn't want it to be upright? And then let's go back. Okay, yeah, that's about it, but it's very cool. And then this car also has an ambient lighting, so you can see this part here and the back there, it's all got this very nice lighting. It only looks nice at night and very obvious. Now it doesn't look that obvious. So yep, and then here, if you pop this open, it reveals a storage space, which is pretty huge. Okay, close it back down. Okay, remember I said none of these things here are plastic. They're actually a few plastics. So the one thing I don't like about the Rolls Royce, if I can even say that, which is the back here. So you can see everything, it's metal and nice, just that the indicator stock, it's very, very ordinary. You can see both of it, it's just very normal. And I've been told, you can see this low mode. So basically, whenever you start the car, it actually goes on second gear so that it goes very smoothly. But if you want more power, you just press on low. Basically, it goes on first gear, so you get the maximum torque. So yeah. And then another interesting detail, if you look up here, you just look at that. Even the microphone is finished in mute metal. It's not plastic. In normal cars, you have plastic. And then even the grab handles, you can see it's finished in metal. And then what you're holding is actually soft metal. I'm sorry, it's a bit dark. But then the quality of this car, nothing here is low quality. Everything here is very, very premium. Look up here, you can see, so this is, you got this U-shaped lighting. Now even the lighting on top here, there's so many things you can configure. So basically there are 4 buttons right here. So if you press this one, it turns on the light for the driver as usual, and then you press this one, it turns on the light for the passenger, right? Okay, that's very normal. But then if you press this, if you think it's still not bright enough, you just press this, give it a press, everything comes on. Now this is still not special, okay? This is very normal. You close it. If you press this, only the front light comes on. So basically, because this car, the main priority is actually for the passengers at the back. So basically, if let's say the back person are sleeping or anything, you just turn on this light so it won't actually glare the person at the back. It's a very, very cool detail. Even the feeling when I press it, it's so nice. Yep, and then this one comes with a panoramic sunroof. So if I have to press this, it actually opens up, and then I press again, it opens up the top. So this car does not have the starlight, which is a fiber optic lighting. So yeah, this one comes with the panoramic sunroof. So now let's close it back. Just like that. Okay, so on the dashboard, you can see right here, you have a clock. It says Cullinan. So inside you can see it's a very high quality clock. So this one you can actually configure, so whether you want white dial, you want steel, you want aluminium or anything, so it's highly configurable. But one thing I don't understand is the way they put there, when I'm driving here, right, you can't see the clock. So I think it's just a nice piece to put to show that, yep, they can do it. Now let's head towards the back. So you open this, you actually got a grab handle right here for you to push, which is very nice. Now it suddenly becomes so noisy. Okay, so let's close the front first. Let's open the back. Okay, again, very nice. Same as the front, very clean, very subtle, spray of ecstasy. And then now this car is actually brand new, that's why you got all this, so don't mind all this messiness. Okay, Cullinan badge. Again, climb over, sit inside. Since it's so noisy, okay, this one, you see when you want to grab it, it's so far, right, you can't grab. Same as the front, you got a button right here to close it. So you can see, it says door. Yep, you press on it, it closes, then it locked with a soft close. Very nice. Okay, one thing about at the back here, it just feels very, very comfortable. And then you look here, you can see this is actually a pillow, which is very plushed, very soft. When you put your head against it, it just feels so good. Now, like I said, this car, the main priority is the rear passenger, right? To show you that is, okay, you just look at the amount of air vents in front. So you have 1, 2, 3, and 4. But for the rear passengers, you got 1 there, 1, 2, at the bottom there, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 air vents at the back and 4 in front. So that shows you how much the back is more important. And then this area here, so if you press this button, it pops down a table. So basically it's also finished in this wood. I'm sorry, the lighting is pretty dark right here. And then this one here, if you press this button here, it pops out a screen. So basically you can go through everything just like from the front. So you can go through everything. Now let's close it back up. And then this one. So satisfying, the feeling. So here, there's one here, there's another one there. And then here, same as the front again, you can control everything. This car, it has the immersive seating package. So basically, traditionally, normally if you don't opt for anything, you have just 5 seats. So this one is the immersive seating. Basically, you got 2 seats, and then the front here, you got this luxurious piece right here. So basically, it's a 2+2 now. So this part here is also finished in this wood. You press this, it pops out. So here shows you the control of it. Let me turn on the light because so you can see better. Just press this, press this, press this. Okay, so you look down here. Again, you got the spirit of ecstasy right here. And then this one you can control in front. And then let's close it back down. Everything just feels so nice. This one, you pop open. That reveals a glass. So whiskey glass, you got a decanter, you got a champagne flute, but it's not here because it's very fragile, which I'll show you later because you don't want the risk of breaking it because it's very expensive. So yeah, they already kept it away, which I'll show you later. So let's close it back down. And then the back here, again, finished in this wood. So if I have to press this button right here, again in metal, press it, it opens up. And then here you can see, you got the temperature. So yep, this is actually a refrigerator. So if you pop this open, it shows you, okay, here's supposed to have the champagne flute. And then here you can see it's actually very cool inside. So yeah, if you want to cool your champagne flutes, just put it inside there. I don't know, this inside here, this reminds me like inside the airplane toilet. You know, you got everything's white and then you got the lighting, you got a mirror. But yeah, it's very cool. You got a refrigerator in your Rolls Royce. It's very nice. Close it back up. And that's all. The feeling is just so nice. The wood, the leather, very cool. Yeah, one thing I forgot to mention, you see at the back right here, there's actually a glass. See, there's actually a glass at the back which separates the boot space to the passenger, because let's say if outside there's winter, then it's very cold, and then let's say you have some chauffeur to go behind and then to take your stuff. So when you open up the boot, you won't feel the cold. So you feel just as warm inside here. And then also this actually reduces the noise at the back, because usually most of the noise from the cabin noise comes from the back. So this one, because they put this right here, it actually insulates from the outside noise at the back. So yeah, that's a very cool thing. Now I promised you guys that I'll show you guys the floor mat for the Cullinan. So here it is. So it's lamb's wool, so it's very, very nice. It's very plushed. So yeah, something we expect from a Rolls Royce. Very nice. So this is for the driver's seat, and this is for the back. Just to show you guys what's located at the rear passenger middle compartment. So here you have the decanter, and then you got the champagne flute, you got a whiskey glass, and then you got this right here. So this, you can see the Rolls Royce logo. So this is basically the top for the decanter, just like that. Yeah, very nice. One more thing before I end the video, which is the key. So you can see it's again finished in metal. It has a weight to it, and then you can see, so there's a Rolls Royce badge right there. And then the back here, you can see it's finished in this beautiful leather. So this blue is the same blue as the interior. You can see the piping of the seats. So yeah, it's matched to that. So now, before we end the video, I just want to bring up the spirit of ecstasy before we end it, because who doesn't want the spirit of ecstasy to be upright? So press this. Let it come up. Okay. And that's about it, guys, for the video. Now, like I said, this is actually the most expensive car that I've ever reviewed. The second being the 992 911 Carrera 4S, which I've also filmed here in Good Car Imports. So a huge thanks to them, because not everyone will actually let you review a car this valuable, $3 million ringgit. If you risk damaging anything, you'll be dead, literally dead. So a huge thanks to them for trusting me to review the car like this. So yeah, remember to check out their Facebook page. As I said, the link is down below. And yeah, I think that's about it. So with that said, please remember to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And that's about it. I'm gonna catch you guys next time. Bye.